welcome back, Berthine.
Yay! Berthine, I'm fascinated to find out, how did you decide on the cello as your favorite instrument?
Well, that was quite a natural choice for me because my mum had a friend who played the cello. He later became quite a famous poet, Wilhelm Kummerbel. And he came to our house quite often with his cello, and he and my mum played together. And I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I was always crawling under the piano and then under the cello, listening to this beautiful music. And then my father took a sabbatical, and we stayed in Belgium for 1 year. And I started school when I was 5.5 years old. When we came back to South Africa, I was 6 months ahead of the class, and they wanted to put me into the next grade. My parents said no. So to keep me busy, they asked me if I would maybe like to learn an instrument, and I said yes. So shortly after the cello appeared, but what I also remember, she put the cello on the table. It was still in a bag. And she said, "Here is your cello." I gave the cello one look, and in my mind I thought, if I open this thing now, it's going to influence the rest of my life, and I ran away. I only came back an hour later. I went to swim in the dam with my cousins, and bit by bit I got used to the cello being there and that it was going to influence the rest of my life.
Oh, that is so wonderful. What an inspiration.
Yeah, that's my story. A little bit unusual, but that's how it happened.
Concerto was not that famous when Elgar composed it. It was very unknown if it weren't for Jacqueline du Pré.
Yes.
So I'm now interested in why the Elgar Cello Concerto has got its place under your skin.
Well, you know, it is one of the most famous cello concertos, one of the biggest, and because it's such a beautiful piece, all cellists dream about playing it and performing it one day. And actually, I played this for my final exam when I was studying in Salzburg. It was my concerto of choice, and yeah, to this day it remains one of my favorites. And more and more it's being played all over the world. It's become part of the basic repertoire. And the interesting thing is that it was completed in 1919, which is exactly 100 years ago, which makes it even more special to perform it in this year.
So it's for your personal history, it's going back to your Salzburg.
To my Salzburg days.
Oh, that's precious.
Special days.
Yes, no, and it is a beautiful concerto. So Berthine, obviously it's great for us as an orchestra to play with you because we all watch and try and pick up some good tips from an experienced and very talented musician. So if somebody would like to attempt the album, whether it's just to play it to their family in their lounge, what would you say tips on some of the really tricky passages?
Well, like every piece that one starts to learn, you have to start slowly and program everything correctly. So in one short sentence, perfect practice makes perfect.
That is true, that's true. So quick passages,
quick passages one would ideally practice very slowly and very precise and very perfect in a manageable tempo. And then the process would be to practice at that speed for quite a while until it feels really comfortable. Then you speed it up a notch and you practice it over and over until it feels really comfortable, until it takes off by itself.
Wonderful. Thank you for that tip.
You're welcome.
So I'm interested in just finding out, how do you approach a man's work like this? When I listen to the opening passage, I always think, isn't that nerve-wracking? You're all alone by yourself and it's such a big opening. So how did you start preparing for this?
Well, as I mentioned before, I studied this piece very intensely while I was a student in Salzburg. So it's been part of my life for a very long time. But you know, you approach it like most other pieces. You start slowly, you get to know the piece, movement by movement. And some days you practice fast, some days you practice slow. Some days you focus on intonation, other days on interpretation, sometimes on creating a sound. So it's a process like any, but because it's quite an epic work, it takes also a good physical condition. And I've been practicing over quite a few months, almost daily, just to be able to play through the piece in one go.
So stamina is really...
Stamina is, but also, you know, really knowing the piece and the atmosphere. And I think one shouldn't forget, in 1990 when the piece was completed, it was after the First World War. It was a very dark period in the world's history. And unfortunately, I have to say, we are again in quite a dark period if one looks at everything that's happening in the world right now. The atmosphere is quite the same as it was in those days.
So it's a physical preparation as well as a mentally and a spiritual preparation.
Physical, emotional, mental and spiritual, all of those together.
There is always a question that comes up in people's minds when they go to a concert and they watch this brilliant soloist. Does she ever listen to anything else, and does she really like anything else but classical music? So
yes, of course, like most musicians, I do. Again, when I was a student in Salzburg, I had very great friends from Brazil, and they introduced me to Brazilian jazz. And I still love it very much. I have a vast CD collection, but more old-fashioned jazz, like jazz samba with João Gilberto and his daughter Laurindo Almeida on guitar. Those in those days were my favorites, and they still do. I listen to them in the car. And then, of course, I also play with Indian musicians here in South Africa, and they play traditional Indian instruments. Sitar, and that opened a whole new world for me. It's a totally different world and a totally different approach to music, and I really enjoy working with them.
Well, that comes as a surprise to the viewers, definitely. This is maybe a difficult question. So what are your hopes for music in South Africa?
Well, you know, I do have hope. If only we would get more support from government, for instance. There's so much going on, so many people, children, young people who are very, very interested in classical music. And it's been proven over and over and over that people who do music are good at everything else, including maths and science. It's so important to support music and to encourage people to do music.
So it's actually a clever investment in the future generations.
Absolutely. And the interest is there, the talent is there. We just need to get more support, maybe from not only from government but also from the private sector, so that they really understand why it's important. You can build a nation by introducing people to music, and also, what people say, this country still needs a lot of healing, and there can be a lot of healing through the arts, including the music.
Because music is a universal language.
Absolutely.
And it actually crosses all divides and differences. So
Exactly that.
beautiful message.